Dr. Esen Kurebi is GP Registrar, Worcester Royal Hospital, England. He joins us virtually. Thank you for joining us on the programme. And I'd like to start from home. And this is your thoughts on the choice of AstraZeneca for Nigeria.
Thank you very much, Millicent, for having me on the show once again. I would say regarding the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine as a choice for Nigeria, I think it is a much more preferred option than the Pfizer vaccine in terms of issues regarding cold chain. So with the Pfizer vaccine, as you would know, you need to store that in temperatures of minus 70 degrees. And that might be a little bit problematic for Nigeria as a country, having to deal with the logistics of storing and transporting these vaccines in that kind of cold chain. Whereas with the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, you can store that in normal fridge temperatures, so from 2 to 8 degrees. Also, it is cheaper. The Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine is cheaper than the Pfizer vaccine. So I think it's a great choice, and it's much more preferable for Nigeria at this point.
But really, the next question is effectivity against the coronavirus and also, the different strains.
Right. Well, both the Pfizer vaccine and the Oxford vaccine, which are largely used in the UK, have been shown to be effective against the predominant strain of the coronavirus. In the UK, as a matter of fact, it has reduced rates of infections and hospital admission by 85%, that's talking about the Pfizer vaccine, and 94% talking about the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. There are some studies that have shown that the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine does not protect against mild infections with the South African variant, but then the Pfizer vaccine has been shown to offer that protection. So moving forward, I would say both of them are equally effective against severe diseases, which is what everyone is concerned about.
So I also know that you're taking your first dose of Pfizer BioNTech since for a bit now, waiting to take the second dose. How are you doing?
Right, I did have my first dose of the Pfizer vaccine about 4 weeks ago, and like I said previously on the show, I just had a couple of muscle aches and fever the next day, and in less than 24 hours, I was fine. And I have since been seeing patients who are probably suspected to have COVID or who have had COVID in the past or who are currently having COVID, and I've been fine ever since. I've had several coronavirus testings as well afterwards, and they have all come back negative. So side effect wise, I would say there is nothing major as it were concerning side effects that I have experienced with the Pfizer vaccine. And in the UK, we have now vaccinated more than 17 million persons with either the Oxford AstraZeneca or the Pfizer vaccine, and there's been very little in terms of serious side effects.
Talking about the UK, are you happy with some of the announcements of lockdown ease by Prime Minister Johnson? Would you say that it is safe to ease in the stages that he has announced?
Well, it is very difficult to say if it is safe at this point or not. I think in retrospect, we can look and know and say if it is safe. But one thing that must be considered when easing lockdown, which I think is very paramount in this population, is the mental health of the community. So in the last couple of months, we've seen a surge in mental health cases. We've seen a surge in the issues or cases of adolescent suicide rates and things like that. So I think that we have been in a lockdown for a while, and considering the mental health of the population, this looks like a right time. Secondly, just like the Prime Minister said, he has looked at data rather than dates to consider easing the lockdown. So we have seen from the data, from studies across the world, that shows that the vaccine has reduced the rate of hospital admissions and the rate of infection considerably. Studies in Israel showed that the Pfizer vaccine has reduced the rate of infection by 89%. So those are huge numbers, and I think with that we can have something to leverage on in terms of easing this lockdown.
All right, we always appreciate your time on the program. Dr. Esionu Kurebi, GP Registrar, Worcester Royal Hospital, England. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much, Millicent.